50,000 steps, 4 parks, 1 lap, 1 snack, 1 character, 1 ride. Can we do it? Let's find out. So what do I mean when I said the challenge today, or set the challenge today? My record steps day of all time, which actually stood until yesterday, was 48,200 something. Yesterday I then hit 49,000 in the challenge that hopefully I'll put out before this one, going around all the resorts. So that leaves us today, we're trying to hit 50,000 steps. Now I've already done, I'm on 33,000 steps at the moment. So that's obviously, having done the half marathon this morning, it's given me a good boost to try and get there. But to get the rest of those steps, we're going to try and hit all 4 parks on the park hoppers, and while doing that we've got to do 1 full lap of the main footpath around each park. So we're talking about, we'll have to go around all of the countries in Epcot, we'll have to do a full lap around all the different countries and areas in Animal Kingdom, and when we get to Magic Kingdom, obviously there's a few different things we could possibly do, but we are going to head across to all of them, do 1 full lap, and while doing that lap we're also going to try and do at least 1 ride, enjoy 1 snack or more probably, and meet a character in each. I've also got my medals with me from doing all the runs this weekend. I'll see if I can get a picture of all the landmarks in the background with my medals on as well. So set that task. We haven't got too long to do it because obviously I needed a bit of rest after getting back from the run, so we are up against the clock somewhat until park closes, but obviously the parks are very busy with it being the run weekend this weekend, so it is going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think, with some of the rides and especially the characters. So with the characters, what I'm going to try and do is, if I can find one out and about at the park, a picture of, or a selfie or something, or it can be a meet and greet, or if I can grab a picture of a character, at least up close and personal, then I will do so. So that is the rules, that is the challenge. Let's go make it a possibility. I'll put on the steps that I've done every so often as well. Currently 33,054 steps, so we've got just under 17 left to go. Let's start by having a look at the wait times. I'm hoping to get on Expedition Everest. I did ask some Disney experts, friends and family, and they gave me some suggestions as to what rides to try and factor in, because I could just go on something that could be like a 5-minute wait, like the carousel or something in Magic Kingdom, but we're going to try and do better than that. We're going to try and go with some of the bigger rides, so we'll have to keep an eye on the Disney app and see what the wait times are doing, but I'm not going to be using FastPass or anything, I don't think, today, unless it gets a bit hairy later on. So let's go find out what our first ride, snack and carrot's going to be. I think we're going to go for a Dole Whip. It's a nice iconic. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. That's a nice iconic snack. I think we'll go for the Dole Whip pineapple cup, and we'll check that one off straight away. Queues are getting a little bit long for everything, so we might have to take that into a queue and hope for some refreshing Dole Whip to cool us down. It's turned into quite a hot day. It's not been that hot since we got here, so it'll be interesting to see if it cools down at all later on. Hey Daisy, how's it going? Oh.
Hi Daisy. Never leave the house without an accessory. That's what Daisy always says.
Okay, perfect. Ready? 1, 2. One more. Ready? 1, 2. Tight.
Thank you. Thanks, Daisy. So, done the ride. We're not far away from doing the full lap of the park. We've done the snack, and now we met Daisy as well. Had to meet Daisy out of everyone because it's my wife Jenny's favourite character. So I thought, in honour of her, I'd go meet her favourite character, which she's either going to be really annoyed about or really happy that I met her favourite. Everything that we're doing is just the minimum, by the way, so I'm hoping they can do more than that in the day, and if we can, then great. So we've just come up to Dinosaur because there's always those rumours that it's going to change into Indiana Jones. See what the queue time was. It's 15 minutes, so I thought we'd just go for another ride on Dinosaur just in case they shut it down at some point. So, as you can see, we are leaving Animal Kingdom. It is 2:19 and we're currently on I'm going to read it out properly, 36,414 steps. So we are well on the way to the 50,000. Our plan here is to go get a bus across to Hollywood Studios and then start that park next. But Animal Kingdom's lovely. It was fairly busy. Like, Animal Kingdom's normally one of the quieter parks. Lots of families there today. And obviously the run weekend, there's lots of people walking around in their t-shirts with the medals, things like that. So managed to get everything we wanted to do and a little bit more actually. Got on the second ride, Dinosaur, which I'm really proud to get on because I love Dinosaur, and if it is going to disappear before we get a chance to go on it again, at least I could say goodbye. But onwards to Hollywood. Hollywood Studios, it's always been my favourite. So the plan is we're going to do Hollywood Studios and then we're going to jump on the Skyliner across to Epcot, and then we'll get the monorail across to Magic Kingdom after doing Epcot. But really excited to be in Hollywood Studios because I love Star Wars, I love Tower of Terror, I love the Rock and Roller Coaster, but it is currently shut for renovations, refurbishments, whatever you want to call them. That isn't one that we can even try and get on today, so we are going to do a lap of the whole park, which is going to take us through the Bay Lake, Echo Lake, and then we're going to go walk round through next to Muppets, and then through Star Wars Land, and then through Toy Story Land, all the way around, and then we've got Hollywood Boulevard to try and get on Tower of Terror. Because I can't come here and not go on Tower of Terror. Everything else might be pretty horrific lines wise. We are 249 and 37,231 steps, so we're making good tracks on that front. I'm not too worried yet about that. If needs be, we'll do a lot of walking around Magic Kingdom. There's plenty of areas, plenty of rides to go on there, and that's open a bit later than the other parks. So Animal Kingdom is done. Gonna go meet some characters, eat some snacks, ride some rides, and that might sound like one of your favourite Disney guys on YouTube, but he's a very jolly fellow, so I'm stealing that one for that line. So in we go, catch up with you in a little bit. Hey Donald. Yes, Cameron. We just saw Daisy across at Animal Kingdom. Yeah?
She sends a love.
Oh, good. We take us on there. Right over here, friends, on our camera.
There's a bit of a theme going on there, meeting Donald and Daisy today so far. I don't think they have any of the like Scrooge McDuck or anything like that to meet, so maybe we'll try for some of the other classic characters. But that's great that we've already been in about 5-10 minutes and we've already got a character out done. So we are trying to find something to eat because a bit hungry. It's past lunchtime, so we're looking for somewhere to eat as we make our way around the park. 38,039 steps, and it is currently 3:08. So we just stopped for a bit of lunch, just to give ourselves a little bit of a break from rushing around too much, but still sticking to some time limits. Make sure we're not staying anywhere too long. Trying to learn from our mistake in the other challenge, which was the resort one, where we maybe stuck around a couple of times a bit too long, and put some pressure on ourselves to on the timing side of things. We've just noticed on the app it says it's a 35-minute wait at the moment for Tower of Terror, so we're going to try and get across there and get on Tower of Terror, because that's a pretty decent wait for now, and then we could do the rest of the park after that. So we're going to head across there and hope it stays the same, and 35 minutes is a great time. It doesn't get way too much lower than that, because even when it's minimum time, it will be 13 minutes, it'll say, is the least amount of time it'll ever show for Tower of Terror, same as Haunted Mansion. So we're going to go across there and go on the Tower of Terror before we do our lap of the park and pick up a snack. I'm not too sure which one we're going to do yet, but we'll have a look, find out.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
For your safety once on board, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the elevator at all times. And do
It's the Tower of Terror, which is out of everything in Hollywood Studios is my favourite, so I'm glad that was the ride that we went on. Now we're going to go for a bit of a walk around and going to get a photo taken, hopefully with the tower in the background, and with my medals on, check off another icon, and then we just need to get a snack on the way around as well, and then on to Epcot. But timing wise, looking okay. 4:35, just about to hit 40,000 steps. We're on 39643, so not too many more to go. We'll get them done, because that's two of the bigger parks to split, so 5,000 in each seems doable. And that's before we even walk around this park, so we should be in good stead to hit the record today, which is what it's all about, and having fun, obviously. So for the snack for Hollywood Studios, I wanted to see if it was going to be open, and it's only just opened recently, which is the Ice Cold Hydraulics, which is the Coca-Cola sponsored station just outside the Muppets area, and they do like mini churros, so you can get them just plain with like some chocolate sauce, or the ones I've got are the mini bouncing churros, which have got bacon bits, sriracha, scallions, or I think it's kind of like basic spring onion for people in the UK. So they're going to be hopefully a bit sweet and salty and a bit spicy as well. Just get all those flavours, see what they're like. It's not too bad. The sriracha's needed, and the bacon as well. It feels like the churros have been sat out for a little while, which means they're a little bit almost stale. But the flavours are nice. It almost tastes There's a bit of almost like a Thai flavour to it, which is working really well. The sriracha mayo, it isn't hot at all. There's no spice there. It's just almost like a sort of like creamy mayonnaise with a bit of like red pepper or something in it. Can't taste. It's not too sweet. A lot of the flavours are trying to work with each other rather than against each other. Yeah, they're okay. They're about $8, $9 for the churros, mini churros. So I would probably get them again, but I would like them to be like fresh, because I think it would be a lot better if the churros weren't quite as stale as they seem to be. But I'm going to try and eat these. I'll be to stack them and just the walk-ins too. Quick change of plan. As we were coming through Star Wars, Rise of Resistance is at 25-minute posted wait time, which seems insanely low for a peak time of the day at 5 o'clock. So I feel like it would be rude not to. So we're going to jump on Rise of Resistance and then carry on after that, unless obviously more comes up. But this is a massive one to get on in 25 minutes. I don't know if it's been down previously or something, but let's see if it actually is 25 minutes. Posted wait time for Rise of Resistance was 25 minutes. We waited 27, so it's pretty accurate actually. That was, remember when you see the posted wait times, it's always done off of the first video or room that you go into, not until you sit on the ride. So if there are things like Rise of Resistance, it's when you go in that first room with Rey on the hologram, that's when it starts. So very accurate. I'm never going to pass up a 27-minute wait time for that. So we're just going to go to the toilet and then we're going to carry on walking through. But never be afraid to change your plans if something like that comes up. On the Skyliner, finished Hollow Studio, so we are halfway through and it is 20 past 6, 43,432 steps so far, so everything's looking good. Character might be a bit of an issue at Epcot, but we'll see what we have working for us and go from there. So it's 18:43 and we've just made it to Epcot and the sun has gone down, or is very close to being completely down. Step count, 43,827 steps. So just over 6,000 left. Fiona's going to go find a coffee to have, and then I'm going to go try and go around World Showcase in the front of Epcot and do everything I need to do. Then we'll meet back up to go get the monorail, and then we'll go from there. Not really sure the plan of action here, because character-wise I think I'm going to get stumped in this one. There's a couple of meet and greets indoors, but the queues are going to be very long. Wow, Epcot is busy, so we're going to try and do this park the quickest we've done anything so far, which is why Fiona's going to go for a coffee so I can sort of just blitz around, do what I need to do, and then get out across the Magic Kingdom where we'll be in the final park and feel like we've got until the end of the night, or at least 10 o'clock tonight, to finish it off. So let's get Fiona's out with the coffee, and then let's get our marching boots on and get around World Showcase. This is the one I wasn't looking forward to. It's quite a long way around Epcot. It definitely feels like it when it's so busy, and weekends are always really busy. So for the snack in Epcot, I've gone for what a lot of people say is one of the best things you can get here in the Canadian Pavilion, which is the maple popcorn. So if you have one of the popcorn buckets, you can actually get the maple popcorn refilled in there. It doesn't have to just be plain popcorn. I love popcorn as well, just like it's just a great snack on the go. Normally when you come to Epcot, there's plenty of different stalls open, but I think we're actually between a couple of different festivals, whether that's Festival of the Arts and the Flower and Garden, I think it's called. So we've come in between when there's no real stalls selling the different like smaller dishes that you can buy. So I went for the maple popcorn instead, as I can have it on the go, as I'm going to go across the Soarin' and use that as the ride here. We've done the loop of the sort of back area with World Showcase. Now I just need to go and do the other sections where you can find the Land Pavilion and I can't remember what the new names are, but there's like sort of the future side of things where you'll find Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll find Spaceship Earth and Test Track, etc. So let's get some of this popcorn down and then move on to Soarin'. It's good. For the people in the UK, it's a bit like, kind of tastes like toffee popcorn, like a better version of Butterkist. But if you like maple sauce syrup on your pancakes, this will be one for you. This popcorn, everyone knows what it's like. I can't really explain it too much, but if you like popcorn, it's a good option. Right, on to the last park. We've done Epcot, loop round. Soarin' was awesome. It's still soaring over California, which apparently finishes this week, so caught that for what could be the last time. I prefer soaring over the world personally, but there's some really cool things going on in the California version as well. I was on the road that goes the highest, which I don't think I've been on before, so that was nice to get an opportunity to do that as well. It's 8:13 and we're heading across on the monorail to Magic Kingdom. Currently, Happily Ever After is on across there, so it could be interesting to see if there's a lot of people leaving after the fireworks. Current steps 49,568, which is enough for a new record, but not the 50,000 yet. But let's face it, it should be happening. And we're just going to see how many steps we're going to get. Have a guess before we get there. How many steps do you think I'm going to end on? And yeah, see who's closest. Leave a comment and make sure you hit that subscribe and like button as well as we get on the monorail. So we made it to Magic Kingdom, and as you can see, the crowds are massive waiting for the monorail, and that'll be because the Happily Ever After show finished not too long ago. And it'll be fighting a little bit against the current here to get into Magic Kingdom, but hopefully it empties out a little bit more and makes it easier to meander around. Gets one last snack, one last ride, character, which is going to be an interesting one. And yeah, that lap is going to be a difficult one right now, but we are at 20:36, park shuts at 10 o'clock, so we're heading in.
We're in the ground floor. Look at the sky.
Steps wise, we've broken the 50,000 barrier. Yeah, we have an hour and 20 minutes until the park shuts, so we might have to go on to the rule of getting in the queue at 1 minute to 10. Hopefully getting on the ride there, but we'll see how long it takes to get around the park. I think Main Street's going to be the worst part of it at the moment because everyone's kind of heading out. Lots of people streaming out down Main Street after the fireworks. It's getting late, get kids to bed, probably got school tomorrow, things like that. So once we get past Main Street, we should be able to start moving a little bit more, and then we might jump on a ride halfway around, depending on what the queue times are looking like. The princesses that meet at this time over in Fantasyland, Tiana's got an hour, I think it might have even been 70-minute wait. Cinderella's got a half an hour wait, so we'll keep an eye on those times, because that seems to be the one that will maybe scupper us, but we will also grab a snack while we're on the way as well. So wish us luck for the final park of the day. Hopefully it's not the one that fully scuppers us. And as Fiona pointed out, I'm going to count meeting Walt and the picture that I got with him on the way out. His new statue, I think it's called the Dreamer. I'm going to count that as the character that I met, because who better to meet than Walt Disney? Sorry, I'm not looking down the camera, which is really bad, but there's a lot of people coming out and I don't want to hit into anyone, so safety first. And we are at the end of Main Street, so I'll leave you for now with a lovely shot of the castle. How will you be able to see me because it's very dark down here. We had a quick change of tact because the time jumped from 10 to 20. I think it's actually longer than that, so we're going to go check out and see how long the Haunted Mansion queue is, which will make my sister very happy, as Haunted Mansion is pretty much her life. Her house is decked out in a lot of foolish mortal stuff, which I said that really posh, I know why. But we're going to head across there and see what's going on at Haunted Mansion. Maybe we'll end up being the last haunt that they're looking for. But, let's go across. So the battery's probably going to run out, but we are well over 53,000 steps now. Let's say, let me know what you think I'm going to end on. Unfortunately, the Princess Hall closed while we were on Haunted Mansion, so we decided to get a couple of extra rides in if possible. So come on the Mad Hatter's tea pie, Mad tea pie. So let's see if we can spin. I also don't want to throw up, so I won't really do it too much. Yay! Space Mountain, so I'm going to try and film this very quickly. But I think the battery's going to go any second. So I will say there's no way we will get kicked out of the park any other way than to complete the loop. So we'll get a snack on the way out, hopefully from the bakery bit, like the sweet treat bit on the end of Main Street. I'll probably go for the giant Mickey head cookie that's like dipped in chocolate, because that's like my favourite thing you can get. So I'm going to go for that. Going to enjoy Space Mountain, one of my favourites at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, so hope you've enjoyed this. Hey everyone, so the camera battery ran out last night, so I wanted to record it once it had been charged, just to do a quick summary of the challenge yesterday. We went all the way through till 10 o'clock. I think it was just after 10 o'clock that we left Magic Kingdom after doing Space Mountain. If we'd had like maybe 2 more minutes, we probably would have been able to go on like another ride as well, so it would have made it would have been an even better day, but it was already amazing. The total steps, the grand total for yesterday was 57,038 steps in total. So absolutely smashed with the 50,000 that we were looking to hit. Interestingly, and I did kind of touch on it, the character side of things was where we didn't manage to hit those kind of checklist points. The Princess Fairy Tale meetup, whatever it is that it's supposed to be, was open until must have been around 9:20 or so. I think there was a lot of runners going across to meet, especially Tiana with her medal from earlier in the day. So really, the thing is, obviously, if you want to call it that, failed the challenge, didn't meet that aspect of it. But really, it's a learning point that if you want to go to Disney to meet the characters, is to make sure you leave enough time at the beginning of the day, because that's when you're going to be able to go see them. They do sort of sporadic meet and greets across the parks, where they're not kind of in a specific room. They might pop up, and there might be sort of different points throughout the parks where you can meet them, like you saw with Donald. So if that's what you really want to do, I would say make sure you do that earlier in the day, because you don't want to run out of time later on. And if you're with your kids, of course, you don't want to disappoint the kids by not meeting them. So make sure you get that out of the way. But if your whole thing is doing rides, going to the parks later isn't necessarily a bad thing. We saw in Magic Kingdom, all the wait times were about 5, 10 to 20 minutes. You can go later on while everyone's watching the fireworks. It's a great time to go get the rides in, and just keep doing it until the park closes. Sometimes the parks are open if you're staying on site, can close a lot later. They've started doing the after hours parties, where it's a chance to ride certain rides or get certain treats and snacks. So it all depends on what you want out of your holiday. We had a great time. I've got absolutely no complaints. I certainly don't feel like I've failed the challenge. I stayed very busy, got the most out of one full day in all 4 parks. Managed to go on everything, ate loads of snacks. So really pleased with how it went. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just in case you don't know where I went for the snack in Magic Kingdom. I went to the Main Street Confectionery, which is either if you're going in the park, it's the first on your right on Main Street, or if you're leaving the park, it's obviously last on your left. You can go in there and order. There's like cookies, big lollipops. You can get popcorn, specially made up with different toppings and things like that. I went for the giant Mickey cookie, which is just my favourite thing. I always try and get it when I go to the park. So if you want a sweet treat, that's a great place to start or finish your night, start your day or finish your night, I should say. So go check that out. There's loads of snacks. If we'd gone earlier in the day, I probably would have got things like the spring rolls or the new beignets that you can get across near what's going to be the Bayou Adventure for the Prince of the Frog, which used to be Splash Mountain. But honestly, Magic Kingdom has so many snacks, it would be difficult to say which one would you like. But as I said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you liked it, like it. If you've got any questions, give me a shout in the comments, or any feedback, because I really enjoy doing the challenges. They're quite tough physically, like my legs and feet are aching, but obviously part of that is doing the half marathon as well. So if it's something that you'd like to see more of, I'll certainly try. We've got some decent theme parks in the UK that we can do some stuff around as well. So let me know, and again, once again, thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you real soon.